So we're in the bottom car park, just come to the end. This footpath will take you around the reservoir. The footpath we're wanting is this one here, through the wooden kissing gate, and as we go along we should see some more of these signs, the path of the Druid, as we go into the Druids Altar. And we're staying sort of to the top side of the line of trees. Good morning, welcome to the South Pennines. We're a few miles just north of Halifax at Ogden Water, a nature reserve. Sorry about the sunshine. Fairly short walk today. Got plantations, reservoir, nature reserve, and then open moorlands. Yeah, should be a really nice day. The car park is £1 donation for the whole day. There is a little cafe that I believe is open, well, they try and open it every day because it's run by volunteers. The car park will hold about 50 or 60 cars, but don't forget to put your £1 in the donation box. There's about 40 cars there today, there are only £2 in the donation box. So that's not a good sign, is it? Okay, so we've left the car park, walking along the good path that's along the top edge of the trees. I'm going to see what we can see. Okay, it's going to be a great day. So we're just crossing what remains of a Roman road from Ilkley to Manchester. Good morning again. Goes down there through the woods. We've just come up from the left to here. I'm going to keep climbing because we want to be on top of there. So we're on a decent broad path now. Beautiful day. So on Ordnance Survey maps you'll see something called back lane, which is this lane here. It's quite an ancient lane, as you can see, and we're about to join it for a short time by going through this metal gate. And we're on the path of the Druid. As you can see, back lane continues along there, and the path continues just slightly to the right but parallels it, but we keep our feet dry. Just below the path is this quarry here, and I'm going to assume it was the stone was used for the building of the dam and maybe some of the walls and some of the other structures that are required. The 3 car parks that we park our cars in, they were quarries also, and I'm going to assume they were the same. So why move a load of rock further than what you need to. Smart, you see. Victorians were smart. So come across this broken wall, and as we can see, path of the Druid continues straight on for another 100 meters or so. Then we come back to this post and we go down that steep footpath there to cross over a bridge so we can climb those steep steps over there. But first we continue along that footpath over there. A few bits of chiselling out. Not sure what they mean. Looks like a big bottom, that one. Okay. I believe one of these up here is the Druids Altar. So that's the crossing. I'm stood on what I think is the Druids Altar at the moment, and then we climb those steps to get back up. Yeah, according to a little bit of research, that down there is the Druids Altar. There's supposed to be a spring below it, the Druid Spring. So from Doug and Jan's lovely bench, that there is what I believe to be the Druid Stone. So from here we're just back to this broken wall, drop down the path, cross over the bridge just down there and start climbing them steps. I've just come down a wonderfully constructed set of steps. A lot of work's gone into that, and there's two gates. One goes back down the clough to Ogden Water, and the one that we take comes across this beautiful stone bridge. That's a beautiful tree. Magnificent. And now we're going to go up those steps there. But first we'll have a quick look back at the Druids Altar. Beautiful. So we're very nearly at the high point, at Oakley Moor over there, on Bowlesmoor as it is, the Aire Valley, right off in the distance you can see the tower blocks of Leeds. And Halifax is down there somewhere, sort of beyond the smoke. And you can also see our friend Emily Moor Mast, which you remember we took a circumnavigation of. So the footpath now picks up this peat path. This land around here was known for peat cutting, probably before the coal, a cheap option to coal. There's a re-entrant on my right and a re-entrant on my left, because we're looking back at the minute, and the path runs in between the two re-entrants. Now we're actually heading sort of towards the furthest left of the wind generators, and if you've never been to see one before, I think we can pop up and have a look. So I'm about 100 metres away from the generator. So I'm about 50 metres away from it now. They're quite magnificent. I mean, you won't want one in your back garden, but they are quite magnificent. Okay, so we're just following this path now. It's a continuation of the peat path. There is no other way. We've been following this fence line as well. It's been on our left. Fence line isn't shown on Ordnance Survey maps. We drop down into this other clough just over here. We're going to drop down into that clough and then go up and over there, pick up a track which goes left. Right, we've come to cross the clough. There is a decent bridge. The dogs haven't finished playing in the water yet. There we go. Okay, so there is a footpath that goes over Round Hill, which is where the dogs and the dog owners are going. And we're going to continue on this path. Which is going to take us to a bit of a track. We've just come into the end of the moorland path now. And that was really nice. Wasn't particularly boggy. We had a few wet spots, but be able to get round them. And this is the junction with the track. We're going to turn left here. Some very exposed houses up here. Wonderful views. They're exposed in winter time. And we're going to be following this track, this ancient track, a bit further down, and then we're going to go and try and get through the trees to see Ogden Water proper. What a wonderful day. When I come across tracks like this, I can just imagine horses and stagecoaches travelling up and down these. Just look at the way it's laid out. It's an ancient road. Just round the corner will be Dick Turpin on Bess shouting, "Stand and deliver!" Yeah, magnificent. We have a wonderful history in this country. Some just come down that track there, got to this golf hole, which is the nearest one we've come to. That's the track. You can follow this all the way back to where it crosses over the dam wall and then walk up to the visitor centre, then back into the car park. But what we're going to do is hop over this little stile, follow the fence line a little bit, and then we're going to go through the woods, which should bring us out onto the side of Ogden Water. Wish me luck. So this footpath here is where the dog walkers were. They followed this all the way down. That's the clough. And we're now going down there. We've just come along this broken rusty fence from the track we were following earlier. Go across here and follow this down. It does do a bit of a zigzag down onto the main path by Ogden Water. So the path divides here. The narrow path goes that way, and we take the broader grassy path to the left and head into the trees. Some wonderful trees. So we've just come down that grassy path and T junction. We're going to go left. It should hopefully bring us out on the main path that walks around Ogden Water. Yeah, look, big zigzags. Goes down there, and you can see it going across that way. Should bring us out where we need to be. But first, there is a bench to be sat on. Come to another T-junction now. We've gone down the zigzags. Like there's orienteering markers. I noticed in the shop you could buy orienteering maps, and it'll have those markers marked on the map, and you can challenge yourself to go and find them all. Yeah, it's a good day out orienteering. So we're just approaching the bottom of the clough now. A bit of a causeway going across the stream. Come down to another orienteering post, K2, and we follow this footpath, which will follow the edge of the reservoir all the way back to the dam. The water's really low. apparently when it's full it'll hold 1 million cubic meters of water. Well, it's not got that in it at the minute. You see the visitors centre across the way there? Looks like somebody's been making a few bivouacs. I've just come across this fancy gate. Pull that up, step through, drop it back down again. The bivouac site is just beyond that gate there, but we don't go through that gate. It was just an interesting thing to look at. We're continuing down here. So this footpath that we're walking on now goes all the way around the reservoir at this sort of grade, at this sort of level. Starts at the visitor centre and goes all the way around. So even if you don't want to do a full day hike, you can come and do an hour just wandering around this path. And I've not seen any reason why anybody in a mobility scooter or wheelchair couldn't get around here. So yeah, come on out, no excuses. Come on out and see the beautiful Yorkshire countryside. So the reservoir is supposed to be 19 metres deep at its deepest point, and I would say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about 7, maybe 8 metres below the tip over point for the water. So yeah, probably only got about 12 metres at the deepest point, so there's not a lot of water in it at the minute. But hey ho. Just come through that gate. We're walking across the dam wall now. It's Frederick built, or engineered in 1858. A local lad, and one of the best dam engineers of Victorian times. And the thing is, it's still here, still doing what it's supposed to be doing. There's an embankment on that side. Stone line on this side. All the stone has come from the quarries. And there'll be a core of clay, 1 foot, 2 foot wide, thick, full length of the dam, going right down to below waterline. Yeah, they knew what they were doing. So then, in conclusion, what do I think about this walk around Ogden Water? Well, it's not very long, but it's got a lot of history. It's got Victorian engineering, a Roman road, Druids and altars and sacrifices. It's got some really nice paths, and it's got stagecoach and horses on this path I'm walking on now. And just round the corner's Dick Turpin. It's great for the imagination. The sun is out. It's wonderful. So get out here and give it a try. You'll absolutely love it. It's been a great, great day. And so, until next time, happy hiking.